Hey, Dr. Blake here. I am taking this time today to talk about the food system a little bit and the importance of whole foods, but if you're not eating whole foods, reading ingredients, okay? I procured this really interesting product yesterday. Skippy. It's reduced fat even, 25%. I just looked a little bit at this. Oh, peanut butter spread, 60% peanuts. Okay. What are the ingredients? Okay, we got roasted peanuts. Well, this is peanut butter, right? Well, not really. It just says peanut butter spread on the front. Okay, so this is tricky because a lot of people probably just think they're going to buy peanut butter. And they're like, oh, Skippy or Jif. And maybe not thinking otherwise. And again, like what I'm going to talk about here, if you have Skippy in your cupboard or whatever, like this is not a judgment, okay? A lot of times this is stuff that we're not thinking about, the average person isn't thinking about, or maybe what I'm going to talk about that you don't even know that some of these things are bad for you. So it's just I'm giving you information. When you're informed, then you can make a decision that you feel is best for you. So no judgment here, okay? So roasted peanuts is the first ingredient. Second one, corn syrup solids. Okay. Next one, sugar. Okay. Soy protein concentrate. Okay. Salt, hydrogenated vegetable oil, and then like a couple other little things like iron and a few vitamins. So this is pretty appalling to me, okay? Basically this, if someone's eating this consistently, they're poisoning their body. Why are these ingredients in there? Well, they're really cheap, okay? So our food system creates a lot of waste. We have a monocrop culture of corn and soybeans all throughout the Midwest. I grew up in Iowa. I'm well acquainted with the system of how it is. And there's a lot of byproduct from that and a lot of waste accumulated in that process. So from corn, you can get corn syrup. Corn syrup's really cheap. Sugar's pretty cheap. And soy is really cheap. So guess what? They're cheaper than peanuts. So what we can do is we can sort of cut it. You know, it's crazy. It's like a drug person who's dealing drugs. It's like they're going to cut their product or something so that they can like spread it out and make more money. Well, it's exactly the same thing here. This company is taking the more expensive product, peanuts. They're putting 60% peanuts, and the 40% of it, they're going to cut it with really cheap corn syrup, really cheap sugar, and then they're going to take soy. And because they want to keep the protein level up, because they don't have, it's not all peanuts, which are protein, they're going to take soy protein isolate and put it in there to give it more protein. So you're getting a lot of sugar in this, and you're getting corn syrup in this, okay? So if you've got heart disease, cardiovascular disease, diabetes or pre-diabetes, any kind of inflammatory condition, just to name a few, this is a really dangerous actually product for you to be ingesting. It's going to be highly inflammatory to anybody. It's going to cause fatty liver. If you're pre-diabetes, this sort of example is something that's going to push you into diabetes all the way. This is just one product, and this is common. This is all over the middle of the grocery store when you see packaged products. So I talk to my patients mostly about not specific types of diets, but just whole foods diets, plant-based diets. Not necessarily vegetarian, but it's just the majority of what's going in your body needs to be plants. If you're not sticking strictly to a whole foods diet, like it's a vegetable or a fruit that you're buying, or a cut of meat or cheese or something like that, if it's packaged, so maybe even cheese counts, but if it's packaged, you just have to read the ingredient list. That's mainly what I want to point out here, is that you can't take any of this for granted. I think this is Hormel that we looked at was making this. Yeah. They distribute it. Yeah, it's Hormel Foods. So big companies like Hormel, Kraft, all of these, okay, you just have to read the ingredients. They do not have your health in mind at all. They don't care what's good for you, they care what's going to sell and what's going to make them money. So another part of this is that the ingredients they're putting in here, these hydrogenated vegetable oils, which are also quite bad for you, and these sugars, well, they help it taste really good, or especially like kids, right? Just read ingredients, make sure that it is what you think it is, that you're getting what you think you're getting. So there's plenty of peanut butters that are just peanuts that are ground up. The no-stir peanut butters, by the way, since we're talking about peanut butters, so you know, the no-stir peanut butters are going to have some sort of oil usually mixed in with them so that it doesn't separate. It's just natural to separate. Peanuts are oil and protein, you know, if you think of it that way, and it's like the oil separates and goes to the top. We stir it up when you get it. So just read labels, make sure you know what you're getting, and if you have this stuff in your kitchen right now, if you're able to, cost-wise, if it's not going to be like a cost burden, really I would just recommend like doing an inventory and just throwing that stuff out. Just sort of take today as the day to say, all right, I'm gonna revamp this aspect of my diet. I'm gonna choose to eat more whole foods, and I'm gonna cut out refined carbohydrate. I'm gonna cut out the sugar, and I'm gonna cut out vegetable oils, especially hydrogenated vegetable oils. So go through